We are the Muses,
goddesses of the arts,
and proclaimers of heroes,
and pirates,
and villains,
and allies,
and eels,
and aliens,
and princesses,
and inventors.
Oh, yes. And there's a lot of these glimmers out here.
Honestly. Hi, and welcome to the Lorcana Muses podcast. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Kimber.
And one of us is sick again.
What? I want your food. That's so wild.
December is a wild time.
We're fighting for our lives.
We really are. They're almost done with school, and my kids are almost done with school, so home stretch, and then they're home for 3 weeks. Yay!
Oh my gosh.
Eyes into
Yeah, I know. It's like, really a spring break, but honestly, I'm so ready for it. I am the one who's sick, Brittany, and I spent all day on Friday out in the grass for a school event, and my allergies flared up so bad that it turned into a cold. So that was a really exciting, fun weekend. So that's my weekend update. Is I spent all weekend. I spent all weekend on the couch with a fever and a cold. So
Yep.
I played zero Lorcana.
Me too.
for the first time in actually forever. I did play Lorcana. And I hadn't played it all this set. And so I went to League, and I was still trying to get the Maui Sharks that I needed for the Sapphire Ruby deck that I have put together that I'm loving. But I was able to play my Ruby Steel pirate locations, and I got second at Leagues, and I will take that.
Hey, snaps for that.
Did 5 people tie for second? Yes.
That's all.
You are 1 of 5.
I was 1 of 5.
1 of 5. How did the math?
I don't know. I don't. For real.
How many people showed up for League this week?
Probably between 10 and 15.
Okay. That's still a weird number for second, but
Yeah.
good for you.
I know. I was just like, I'll take it. And Melee had my name first of the second placer.
There you go. So you were top.
Your tech lady first.
However they arranged that matters.
Oh my goodness.
No, I was just happy that it worked. Like, because I've tried it so much and spent so much brain space on that deck. And so actually seeing it do well, I was like, it's real. It's real.
Yeah.
So love.
Alex played Lorcana this weekend instead of me because I was like, go play Lorcana. I'm tired of you talking about One Piece. No, I wanted him to go see all of his friends because just last week I was at Lee? The week before, whatever, they were asking about him. So he brought a completely new deck because we're getting ready to do a doubles tournament, and so we can't play the same colors. And I was like, I'm not giving up steel for you, so sorry. Sorry, not sorry. And he was like, oh, okay. So he went to play Sapphire Amethyst and really liked it. He pulled out a deck that he built, I want to say in set 5, with the Pacha who gets lore off locations and items.
Yeah.
He's playing Bruno Madrigal and Marlin's Cottage, so he always sees the top card of his deck. So Bruno almost always pops off.
That's really cool.
And then a couple of set 6 cards that really help it get to the point of competitive. I don't remember what he placed, but he said he did really well. He almost beat Daryl once. So that's kind of our caliber of how we're doing.
That's fun.
But it was fun. He came back really happy and then has been tweaking it since then. I love, though, when he comes back from doing those things and he's like, Daryl told me to check out this card. I'm like, oh, the card I told you to look at before you left? Oh, he does it to me every time.
He didn't hear it when you said.
No, of course not. I'm just the wife. I'm the nag.
Daryl does it to me too. I'm just like, gosh, dang it.
But and then I won't be at League this week because after Christmas I'm going to California with my family. So it'll be Brittany holding down the fort because Kimber's also heading to Oregon.
Yep. Hopping on a plane at the booty crack of dawn. Thank you so much for the airport ride.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yay. We love driving you there.
The logistic. How are you fitting all 4 of them in your car?
No, I'm not. I'm driving my car to their house, driving their car to driving their car back to their house, and then driving my car home.
There will be a Starbucks gift in the car for you.
Well, that's cool.
That sounds like an awesome Friday morning.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, Daryl's been on my case because I have not played very much Lorcana in the last couple weeks, and we're going to LCQ, and I need to practice. And I still don't even know what my final deck list is yet. I still think I'm...
Well, we heard last week that that doesn't need to be finalized.
Yeah,
that's not how I play.
I'm trying to make it better.
I know. That is not how I play, and I also don't use other people's deck lists, so that's another thing. Like, they said that they don't make deck lists, and that's fair. I do make my deck list, so I have to
you've had it tested.
Yeah.
all of the cards that go in it. I don't have a few just tech card slots that I'm filling in. I'm building my whole deck.
Yeah.
So
It was so fun having them on, though. I thought they had such interesting things to say. I really liked their idea, or maybe it was your idea, of like just practicing how to mulligan
oh yeah, I think I mentioned it.
or alter. Sorry, alter.
No, I think I mentioned it, and I think they both like agreed.
Yeah.
Because I mentioned like how first ink was really important, and then they mentioned how mulliganing was very important. But I think both of those are very crucial early steps, right? Because
I kind of know that if I don't get out Cindy or Little Queen out turn 1, I can come back, but it is a grind to come back. And then if I'm playing aggro, forget about it.
Yeah, no, so like that's me. Like if I don't have my turn 1 Pluto, turn 3 or turn 2 Gaston, like I can keep going, and I have a secondary play line, but the secondary play line's not as strong as the primary play line.
Absolutely.
And it ends up being a longer game.
It does.
Which my game still works in a longer game format, like just because I have so many big bodies that cause a lot of issues.
Issues? The queens that sit on their thrones are not issues.
Yes. My 3-3 split of my queens. My lady,
your ladies, your madams, your queen adams. They serve.
Yes. But like if I don't get them out, like there are still other options. I can also have like my big Sisu, and just some heavy hitters. Like Mufasa's always a great get, right? Like he quests for a lot, and like if they hit him,
great, I get a character.
Right? I was like,
I did go for it.
And I was like, there's not very many non-characters in my deck. I do have a few. I'm not a straight, full character deck because it just never worked for me that way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. I don't know numbers of each card. I don't know exactly if my playlines are working how I fully want them to. I'm trying out this weekend, or I guess Thursday and Friday. I have Medallion Weights back in. I took it out for a week and then I put it back in.
I love that card.
It's really good in my deck.
I hate that card.
It really works in my deck, and people don't understand why, but it just gives me additional card power. It works really well with Raya.
Yeah, it does. Which Raya? Because it works good with all the Rayas.
Well, the Ruby Raya that allows you to ready a character after you ink.
Oh, I'm thinking about the other Ruby Raya.
Yeah, so it works really well.
Or maybe it's Namari. I don't know.
Yeah, so it works really well with her because then I can run like Super Goof across the board twice. And he's still beefed up from the Medallion Weights, so I can take out 2 characters and gain 4 lore and get cards and etc. So it's really good. So I put in the Super Goof Medallion Weights package. I already had for Raya. She's been amazing, and I can double use discounts. I can double use rush.
Mm-hmm.
Right, things like that. Like I took out 2 characters with Miley. I took out it's just it's been like unstoppable. But she like, that's part of why I was saying last episode where my favorite mechanic that was added this latest set was that during your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, card does this, right? Each color got something that did, like, got one character card that did that.
Yeah.
Right? Like the Jafar is during your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, deal 1 damage to a chosen character. Right? So the ping damage that comes from steel often. The Ruby card was readying, which readying is a Ruby trait. Like, because we had LeFou and Fan the Flames. Both of those are Ruby cards that ready characters. So, like, that was it. And then the Sapphire one is Zipper, and it gives resist to a character. And then Emerald is Reckless, and now I'm trying to remember the other two.
I don't know Amber.
I was like, what is Amber's?
Oh, I am at this. But yeah, no, that's
so
interesting.
I just really like that mechanic that was added this time. I think it's very strong, and I don't see a lot of decks fully utilizing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it's going to become more common, and it might be a more common attribute that they add in later sets.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's really cool. I hope.
As a Sapphire player, I'm totally here for inkwell abilities.
Yeah, and I mean, and I think most people are seeing it as a Sapphire, like, contribution, but, like, I don't play Sapphire at all, and it's working wonders for me.
And sometimes you just need the once per turn ink.
Yeah.
But being able to do it once is nice.
It is. It's nice, because I was able to, like, discount a character of 4 for a Gaston, because I did it to his ability twice, and they will play another full 4 cost card. So
gross. I really hope it does well for you on Thursday and Friday.
I really hope so.
Get some tests in
I'm
it.
very excited about this deck list. I just don't know how it's gonna go with all of the Steel Amber decks that are running rampant across our country.
I'm so excited. The rain is back. I've never
So frustrated.
so excited. I am not frustrated. I am intrigued because a lot of those deck lists only had 8 songs total.
Yeah, they're definitely not full Steel.
No, they're like I don't know, some kind of like variants, which is great because I run a variant of Steel Song 2, and I just love it. I'm very excited. I am also testing my deck, not for the LCQ, but for set chips, because I really want to win, or at least place top 8 is my goal, is to place top 8. I think I can do that. So last week I had tested Cinderella, the Melody Weaver 5-drop.
Mm-hmm.
She did okay. I just couldn't get her ability to pop off, which was whenever she sings a song, she gets +1 more to all my princess characters, which that's the whole shtick of my deck. It was nice that she was inkable, and it was nice that she was an additional shift target for Cinderella Stouthearted.
Yeah.
I love that card.
Of course.
This week I am trying the 5-drop inkable Moana of Montanui from set 1.
I love that card.
I love that card too. So
I really love the art on that card.
she's pretty. Look at her with her little paddle and her hair in the wind. Anyways, the
Belinda with the flip.
flip. The artist of the card is Nicholas Cole, and I think he did a fantastic job. And I think it's a card that everybody kind of forgets about because it hasn't seen play. It's set 1, so a lot of people forget it. Set 1 kind of exists at this point.
How dare they? I played so many set 1 cards.
It's a 1/6 stat line. It quests for 3, which is really nice. And then whenever this character quests, you may ready all your other princesses. They can't quest the rest of this turn, but they can still sing again. And they can still challenge again.
Yeah.
I love that card.
Yeah, no, that's a very similar to the Riot, because, like, my characters,
Yeah.
they're ready, they just can't quest again. So, all right, cool.
Let me sing again.
Quest anyway.
Plus the fact that she can quest for 3 herself, like, really helps me with the aggro.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying. I really liked this list. I've bumped up Ariel Sonic Warrior to 4 because she's just so good.
She was in a few lists.
Yeah, she was. She's coming back too, and I think
Queen.
she is great. I still have swords in there because I think swords are so necessary for a lot of the aggro decks and a lot of the even Ruby decks, that because a lot of them are 2 health.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of 3 health in Ruby.
I am very vulnerable to swords. I definitely understand that.
And if I can kill Lumiere, or not kill, sorry, banish Lumiere, just melt him down to a nub. That card is so annoying.
Take out my Lumiere and my Pluto in one shot.
Yes, goodbye.
Oh, yeah, it's painful.
I know she's not happy, but
Steel is the bane of my existence. But
so is Ruby.
Okay. Let me just say this. I played DeCandio's list against Daryl. We built it for our house before this weekend when he had changed his list. So we played it last week before he had revealed his new list. I didn't hate playing it.
Yes.
I regretted saying that
No.
so hard.
Oh, did
But
Daryl like?
he was just like, well, why don't you just play his list? I'm like, because it's just not me.
It's not you.
It's not me. I didn't hate playing. I was actually not bad at playing it either. I was never worried about my ability to play the deck. I really, I've played other people's deck lists before.
Yeah,
I don't enjoy it.
that's fine. Everybody's got their own play style.
People are always like, oh, well, why don't you just play this list? Blah, 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 this, right? Blah, 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 this. Play this Super Lorcana deck. Play this Amethyst Emerald deck. Play this list off of Dreamborn. This one right here. And I was like, well, what does it do? What's the point of it? Because I don't want to just play somebody else's list.
Yeah.
Because I want it to be my list. And I just can't do it. And I'm not faulting people that do, because I know everybody has different things that they want to focus on. But for me, I really want to know every play line and every reasoning for every single card being in the deck. But I don't necessarily think you can't know that from just playing somebody else's list. But I feel like for me, I really am very intentional about every single card and every single amount of cards I put in for every thing. And that's part of how I think I play well with my deck.
No, I would agree. I mean, it's taken me 3 months to perfect my Steel Song deck, but I'm similar-ish. I mean, obviously it's a Steel Song deck that's a meta deck, but it's not a deck I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I'm very methodical, like, oh, why don't you just run 4 of every card or 3 of every card or whatever it is. And because I know when I'm going to have it usually, and I know when it's going to come out and how I'm going to use it. When I was playing Daryl the other day, he was like, yeah, you know how to use the Queen Sensor Core so well. And he's like, I wonder who taught you. I said, I don't know. And it's just, I agree. I think when you know your deck list well enough, I think that's part of Alex's problem sometimes, is that he changes it so much, or he'll switch to another deck and then he doesn't know how to play his deck very well.
Yeah.
And that's what I always try to give advice to new players, is find a deck that feels comfortable. I get in the beginning switching colors to see what you like and figure out your groove. But once you find it, stick with it and really practice. Even if it's not winning a lot, change 1 or 2 cards. Don't change your entire deck.
Yeah.
That's my biggest piece of advice, and I think you would agree.
100%. I would definitely say change 1 or 2 cards.
Yes.
Unless you absolutely know that a whole play line isn't working.
Absolutely, yeah. And then you take it out. Yep.
For me, I know my whole Queen shift line
if you
was not working.
If you look at, because I keep tabs of all my decks that I built, because I like to see what past iterations I had, you'll see they're called 1.6, 1.5, 1.4, because I know exactly what I took out, why I took it out, and then I'll write notes about why, because I'm just wild like that. And then I also have that's not to say you can't build a theme deck, because I'm always building theme decks. I just revamped my Titan Hercules deck because it's fun and I like it, and I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy playing it when Alex and I are at home and he's like, do you want to play Lorcana? I don't really want to play Steel Song, so yeah, I'll play my Titan deck. That sounds like fun.
It's so nice having multiple decks built out too, because
you can put it in share them.
Exactly. Yeah. And it can be just like, oh, you want to try playing it out? Try this. And it's not just getting a starter pack, even though like starter decks can be really great. It feels more customized, and you can ask like kind of lure people in, like, oh, you want to have your deck be able to lure really fast? Okay, let's try this one.
Yeah, I love coming and there are people who are like, hey, I want to come to League, but I don't have a deck built yet. And I'm like, oh, I got one for you.
Like, I take care of you. Come to here. That's how I'm feeling with my Ruby Steel deck, because like it is so fun, and I don't think that it's not gonna win a set champ, but it worked, and it was really fun. It's something that I made from scratch. Like, I didn't just take in like modifier, heavily modified, like round up. And so since I've usually gotten general ideas and then modified from there, I like it.
I think that's why I love our community so much too, because we have a lot of really great players and really competitive players at League, but none of them make you feel bad if you do show up with your theme deck or if you do show up with a new deck. In fact, they're like, yes, come. We usually come early and we play test all of the decks we have built to see what is new, and they can throw off. Like, because I know you guys are all practicing for the LCQ, and I'm like, hey, can I still play you guys? And they're, absolutely, go ahead. We know there's going to be some, like, Brittany's off meta, just wonky jank decks that are going to be there. So anytime we can.
I am offended. My deck is beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's still off meta and a little, I wouldn't say janky, but it's just not something people expect.
That's fair. Because, like, people would assume it's a full Mufasa deck list,
but it's not.
It's really not. Mufasa is just like a bonus in there.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly took him out and didn't feel that much of a difference.
That's fair. So, no, I think if your community is not quite like that, I just think having conversations with each other saying, hey, I still want to be able to enjoy the game. This is just how I enjoy it. Okay. So speaking of deck lists and Lorcana, something that was also announced at the EU Championships was the teaser of upcoming sets.
Yay! Yeah, we didn't talk about it last week. Yeah, we didn't talk about it last week because we had our special one, but we knew about it last week.
Don't you worry, it was on our brain.
It was, but yeah, Arcasia Island, super exciting to be released.
And the... What? Jafar? The big...
What?
Who could have predicted that?
Walter.
The Reign of Jafar coming Q2 2025.
Let's go.
I love it. I'm a little sad it's not Hades, but I believe Hades will have his time in the sun one day.
He'll be there.
He'll be there eventually.
The movie won't be there.
Yes.
At the same time.
Oh, the Reign of Stephanie.
All of the boxes.
Go broke. I do like, so they also announced like the D23 Iago card.
Oh, I really like the coloring.
I like that somebody pointed out it looks like sand waves as the foiling, and so I really hope, kind of how they did the tentacles for Ursula's return, the Illuminator's Quest, there's going to be some sort of Illuminator's Quest for Jafar.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
I think that'd be really fun.
I've yet to beat Illuminator's Quest. That game is hard.
We beat it on easy, but then we haven't really built decks specifically for it.
Yeah we've been so busy with other things.
Don't count beating it on easy.
Yeah, you shouldn't. No, just kidding. You should feel bad. No.
I'm like, don't even count beating it on easy. But that's just how Daryl and I play. We don't play on easy mode most.
I am very excited for Arcasia Island. It looks like the tagline is "Learn new tricks." So there's been so many people theorizing what that could mean. I think we're far off still from dual colors, so I don't think it's dual colors.
I also don't think it's going to be dual colors, but so many people think it is.
Yeah.
And I know that, like, the internet has run rampant with this idea, right, of dual color sets. Now, I will say, like, the art in the picture does have more than one kind of color scheme in the background, which previous sets announcements for, like, characters haven't had, like, more than one color in the image.
Well, and then you have the Illumineers image where they're all around the book and they have their dual colors and, like, their staffs or in their whatever.
I'm a colorless hey truther.
Oh, me too. Hey colorless hey is coming. It's gonna be Floodborn. Anyways, let the Dululu keep on.
We'll change the meta.
What I think is going to happen is they're going to introduce a new mechanic, kind of like they did with locations back in early 2024. We're going to get like equipment. So, like, I know we have items, but I think we're going to get like armor we can equip to certain,
Like onto a character.
onto a character rather than just an item that you can tap and
That's
or
fair.
exert.
So like it stays with that character until the character
Like,
is
take them.
banished.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
I just because of Bolt's arm, and maybe he's just a Floodborn Bolt, so he looks different.
Maybe in one of his adventures in his movie, instead of only being minorly hurt, he lost a leg.
But he's so cute. I love Bolt. It's one of my favorites when I saw it, and then the girls really love it too. But Miley Cyrus is basically my version of Taylor Swift. So I do love Taylor Swift now, but I've always loved Miley, and I have loved her since her Hannah Montana days, which is also Disney. So
Steps over here with her best of both worlds steel song.
yes, oh my gosh, yes.
not see her face, but she is Jesus.
That would be so much fun. I was just excited because I have Fall Out Boy and Lorcana, and I think if they put in any of the music from Bolt, Miley Cyrus wrote some of that music, so I could have Miley in Lorcana.
I mean, you're gonna freak out. Freak the freak out. Okay. So, but Daryl and I watched Bolt this
Okay.
because I wasn't feeling the best, but so we ended up watching Bolt. That was my connection to Lorcana for that.
You're like, I did something.
I did something. I did research. And I forgot. I had only ever seen it, I think, one time growing up. Like, I didn't actually watch.
It came out in a weird time for us.
I think that's where it was at. Like, because Daryl had never seen it. And so it was still cute. It's definitely nowhere near one of my favorite Disney movies at all. But I think the storyline is cute. I think like Mittens is the best little cat.
Oh my gosh, man.
I love how feisty she is.
Oh.
I love cats. And so like that was the big thing. I was like, oh, I love more cats. But I also love that she's really not really an evil cat.
No, she's
And like most of the cats in Disney
are evil.
Yeah. So like it's always sad to me about that. Which, don't get me wrong, love villains, obviously. But like, you know, it's always fun when you can like a hero type, like Mittens tries to be bad, but she's really not. She's just a little declawed street kitty.
Oh,
it's so sad.
It is really sad. She reminds me of a lot of one with my cat growing up. And so I think that was a big connection for me. It's like super not a people-y person, but like loves, you know, being with just one person and all that. But yeah, no, so Mitten was great. And then I love the idea of how we have a character that has to stay in a hamster ball.
Oh my gosh, he is perfect. I love him.
Little Rhino.
Rhino.
what if a hamster ball is one of like
The equipment.
equipment that you're talking
And then it
about?
becomes like a shield.
That would be so fun.
Oh my gosh, that would be so funny. I would love that.
I put your character in a hamster
I
ball.
think-
They can't move.
Because I think one of the descriptions for Arcasia Island was that it's more of a pet island inhabited by pets. So I really am excited to see more pets from Disney across the board come in. I really hope we get the Aristocats because I love the Aristocats.
Oh, Marie!
I broke their brains.
I love Marie!
I was thinking like Thomas O'Malley.
No.
Everybody wants to be a cat because the cat's you. I love the Aristocats.
los dos?
Yeah, we can have everybody.
Oh gosh.
And then Figaro. I want Figaro.
Oh, he's so
Oh, what?
We're getting Pixar soon too, right?
That's in 2026. So
Okay.
eventually.
eventually. And
Hold on.
they
Not
also
me.
are part of Arcasia Island.
But that will one day be so good.
The what?
I said that will one day be so good.
It will be so good when it eventually comes. I do think Pocahontas is supposed to come in 2025.
Cool.
Yeah, I want Miko.
I love all of this. It's this game makes me so nostalgic.
It does.
I want
I have watched so many new movies or old movies, but new to my girls with them because I'm like, you have to see these. They're in Lorcana.
Yeah, no, so yeah, I mean, Daryl had seen a lot of these movies, but he hadn't seen them in a long time. Like, I've been a Disney person.
I watched Disney regularly.
And so it's fun to like watch it with him and like have him see a new perspective. It's also fun to look at it from a Lorcana perspective, like, oh, this could be an action, or the fact that Bolt is an actor, right? And like that could be his Floodborn version, right? Or like that could be his Dreamborn.
He just turns into John Travolta.
He just turns into Travolta. Yeah. It's just really fun because it's something else that they can dive into. Is like, he's already another character as himself. So
yeah.
it's just like adds.
I think we'll get
like an onion.
Arcasia's Island is also got the owl symbol again.
Yes.
So I think we'll get more to do with that and dive deeper into that lore.
Yes.
So, oh boy, so exciting.
I am still of the mind that I don't think it's I think it's a new owl.
Yeah, I don't think it's a previous owl.
It's a previous owl. Like a lot of people are like, oh, it's an owl from this. Oh, it's an owl from this. No, I think it's going to be Lorcana's own owl. Like,
oh, you don't think it's going to be from like another Disney movie?
Yeah, no, I think
it's like Owl.
Who?
Owl Island.
Oh,
the
from
location.
Yeah.
Card.
So like I don't think it will be a previously known Disney character.
That'd be fun because so far none of the Lorcana, the new Lorcana like specific cards we've had characters. Right? It's all been locations or items or I think the locations and items, yeah.
But I would love to have, the Illumineers.
That'd be so fun.
As cards themselves, right? Like we have some of their stories, but I would love to have them as.
That's when they introduce dual color.
Oh, that would be really interesting.
Ooh, I like
because like they already have dual colors with the costume.
Yes, and within like their different artifacts that are specific to them.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
you heard it here first.
So that's what I've been thinking the whole time is like eventually they're going to put them in the game. Absolutely. But I also think that this character, this owl, is not necessarily a previously known Disney character. So I could be wrong. That's my current leading theory right now about the owl.
I mean, we had an Illuminator on the last puzzle that came with the back cards.
Yes, well, yeah, they're becoming more and more. So we're definitely getting closer.
Yeah. So I'm super looking forward to 2025. It's been an amazing year so far with Lorcana. I know we've only been doing the podcast since June? I don't know. I think it was July was our first. Yes. It's my birthday.
Yes. I was like, wait, no, July.
Happy birthday. No. Ooh, our podcast is a Cancer.
Oh, don't say it like that.
Stay away from us astrology girlies. The internet has warned you about us. No, I think a lot of good things are coming to Lorcana. I don't think the game is slowing down. The community is just growing. I cannot wait to hear how the LCQ goes and if anybody makes it to national.
Yeah, I'm really pumped. I have no idea how I'm gonna do. I have no idea how Daryl's gonna do. He's been doing practice runs, and playing as much as he can. I think he probably has a better chance than I do because he plays way more than I do.
Yeah. It's a weird time to put it right after the holidays.
Yeah, it is.
Who's playing this much?
So much harder,
except for Daryl.
Yes, it's so much harder to play right now because it's such a busy time of year.
All my weekends have been packed, and I don't know. Like, there's no room for Lorcana. So I think don't feel bad if you don't make it.
I know. I
know it'll be hard.
My goal is to win the first match.
Perfect. I love that.
So
that's a good goal.
That's my goal. It's like my goal is to win the first match, and then past that,
we'll see.
It's like it's match after match, right? It's like game after game, one game at a time.
I do love the magic of this time of year. It's from like Halloween to Christmas is my favorite time of year because I love Halloween and I love Christmas. We don't talk about the one in the middle because I don't like it.
She's an anti-turkeyer.
Ugh. Yeah, I started a whole debate on Twitter about it.
I mean,
they all have bad food.
I mean, I just don't think you've ever had it made for you the right way.
Oh, do not even at me like that. Do you know how many people have cooked me turkeys?
I'm not really.
I will eat ham.
I
I like ham. I like mashed potatoes. I just don't like stuffing. Stuffing shouldn't be dry or wet, and I know it's either one or the other. So
well, we don't make stuff. We make dressings.
dressing would be great. I love the Peruvian food my family used to make, but we don't anymore, and we're not going to get into that right now.
My family's from the South, so like Thanksgiving is such a
Mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese.
wheel.
I like sweet potatoes. I like green bean casserole is okay, depending on who makes it. I could eat
That is such a hit or miss.
the meme on that I've seen around the internet about how like you couldn't eat 12 hard-boiled eggs, but I could eat 12 deviled eggs like nobody's business. I love deviled.
Hard pass.
Love deviled eggs.
Hard
That's
pass.
fine. That's more for me.
I know, right? My mom makes them. She even, and this would actually kill you because you're allergic to avocados, but she does make them with avocado.
Oh yeah, I definitely wouldn't eat that. I wouldn't eat.
You don't like mayonnaise.
I don't like mayonnaise.
My father-in-law makes them with Miracle Whip.
Yeah, that takes
Also, don't like me. So
But going back to Christmas and the holidays and whatever religion you celebrate or go on, I love Disney movies this time of year, especially the holiday Disney movies.
yes, they're my
Oh.
favorite.
I want to say, I think my favorite would either be like nostalgic wise, my favorite is the Santa Claus trilogy.
Yeah.
I love them.
I'm not. They're not my favorite. I will still watch them, and I'll watch them once a year. They're not ones that I'll watch more than once a year.
Oh, yeah, me
Santa Claus
too.
ones.
And I only watch usually the first one because the second and third and then the whole Disney Plus series was way to
I have watched all of it.
Oh, really? I've only got through the first 3 episodes.
No, I watched all of it. Because I am interested in like the story of it. Like I love
Yeah.
lore.
You know what Disney Plus movie was really cute, actually? Noel.
That was
I love Noel.
And I remember one time Doug and I think it was during the pandemic, we had just seen it and we went on a random, we couldn't go anywhere. We needed groceries. So we went on to a destination Target up in Scottsdale. We were like, oh my gosh, this is where it happened. They filmed it here. We found it.
Yeah.
It
It's
was
cute. I also really like A Muppet Christmas Carol. It's my favorite iteration of the Christmas
It's
Carol.
so good. I would say it's probably my second favorite because I'm like a sucker for like super classics on when it comes to that kind of thing. But it's definitely my second favorite.
Love it.
But my absolute favorite Disney Christmas movie is Beauty and the Beast Enchanted Christmas, which I know is not shocking because Beauty and the Beast is my favorite.
It's good. Tim Curry kills that.
Oh, he's so good in it. I love the angel,
Oh, yes.
who's Bernadette Peters,
Mm-hmm.
and I adore her as an actress. And as a voice actress, she is.
There's Christmas.
Yes. That's one of my like. It's on my Christmas. As long as
Oh, did I bring back a memory flooding to you?
round carpet or carpet growing up.
but that is just one of those songs that like just cuts deep for me. As long as there's Christmas.
This isn't a Disney movie, but the one that always makes me cry is an Elf at the end when the Santa flies over their heads and it starts with the like
Zoe Deschanel
oh
singing.
No, it's
sobbing. It's in Polar Express too, and I sob.
yeah.
Oh,
No.
I have lots of feelings about the Polar Express. I have a lot of feelings about that movie.
Well, I have a lot of feelings about Christmas in general. I really love Christmas.
So, but as long as their Christmas is on my like actual Christmas playlist, because like I love that song so much, and it makes me cry every single time. Every time I hear that song,
Yeah.
it makes me cry,
It's a good one.
and I think it's just because like
All the music is really good in that one too.
it's so good, and it's just one of those things that even if the storyline maybe doesn't make as much sense or things like the music in it is so good, and that's part of why I love Beauty and the Beast in the first place. But the fact that they brought back almost all of the original cast
Mhm.
to do the voices was very impressive for a Christmas special,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Um,
Like it's not even just a sequel, it was a Christmas special sequel.
yeah, absolutely. Like so, that was my other thing is But Tim Curry, you know, so good.
I also like the Mickey's Once and Twice Upon a Christmas.
Yeah,
Those are really sweet, and those are short.
they're so cute. Like any of those Mickey Christmas things. I feel like they make one every year these days. Like
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen any of the new
But
ones.
the classic ones.
the classic
are
ones hit different.
I have.
When Max is bringing his girlfriend home to meet Goofy.
Oh. So
Like, where's Roxanne? You're not Roxanne. It's funny you're talking about Christmas, and I can think of my other favorite. It's just one of my favorite movies, but it is, I guess, technically a Christmas movie. But I have it's been stuck in my head. If you really like Christmas, from Love Actually.
Oh, I like Love Actually.
I love Love Actually.
haven't seen
Love Actually reminds me of my cousin. So like that's one of the things that I love that movie.
I love that movie. And The Nightmare Before Christmas is great too.
Oh, for sure.
Also reminds me of my cousin. So I think that's the thing about Christmas is it's a very nostalgic time of the year. And I feel like Disney and nostalgia kind of go hand in hand too. It's just also just like such an emotional time of the year.
It is.
So
For a lot of people who, yeah,
so I just like it comes with a lot. Like it's not just all positive.
no,
And I think Disney does a really good job of kind of showing that. That's part
absolutely.
of why I like The Beauty and the Beast Christmas is because it's not just happy.
Well, that's why they all end up with happy stories. But that's really why I still watch the Mickey's Once and Twice Upon a Christmas, because some of those stories are heart-wrenching and so sad. And then obviously it's Mickey, so they do end up happy, but
But it does show that this time of year is also like a struggle for people.
yeah.
And I mean, I think that's one of the things about our community. Like so many people have asked me, like, what are we doing for Christmas? What are we doing for New Year's? Like, how are we getting together as a group? And I don't think we've actually planned anything, but I'm like, oh,
We need to.
we need to have something like for our community to get together.
Yeah, because even as an adult now, I have kids, and Christmas is magical again through their eyes, but there's still a lot of heavy stuff that I deal with on Christmas because not all of the family members that I used to grow up with are around anymore, and that's just life. It's sad, and then they have people who can't be with families for one reason or another. And I think Disney is always just there. You can always watch it. It brings you back to your childhood, happier times, happier days. And that's part of why I like Lorcana too, is it brings you back no matter who you are and what age you are or what age you enjoyed Lorcana or Disney. Lorcana has kind of brought all the ages back to their childhood. Because you have nostalgia. You have everything from A Sword in the Stone to Raya's Last Dragon, which is a newer movie in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So, we got heavy, but
I know, I was like,
I'm just like, I'm not going to talk because I don't want to cry on podcast.
oh,
So,
we love
I
all. I know this episode is dropping before our Christmas episode, but we do love all of you guys. We hope wherever you are and however you're celebrating Hanukkah or Christmas or Kwanzaa or whatever it is, solstice, I don't care. Like, we love you. You have a safe place with us. So, we will have a Christmas episode next week for anybody who needs.
some kind of story.
Yeah, we might have Brittany just like catch up on lore.
So I was like, we're gonna do some sort of feel good Christmas,
Feel good, something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But
some sing along.
ooh, that might be fun. We'll take Brando's idea and do some Lorcana karaoke.
Karaoke on our pop.
I feel like I need to be redeemed from my score.
But
But
don't know if we helped you enough for your score of Lorcana karaoke.
yeah, I think once you guys started singing at the same time, I was like, this is too much. I'm overstimulated. It's hard to do it because you guys were together. So
yeah.
I think that helps too, being in the same room with somebody, and then you're not getting the distortion of video.
Video, yeah.
Yeah. But before we go, we did open packs. So we have some fun cards to talk about and discuss. I didn't have a great pack, but I did pull the Madame Mim 2-drop in Amethyst. I really like this card. She gives Challenger +1 to all of your characters. She herself has Challenger +1. She's a 0/3 otherwise. She's just a really good 2-drop, and She's really
I've
great.
seen that in several decks recently.
Yes.
Yeah, so like that one I've seen a lot recently.
I put her in my EA bounce deck. I really like it. I also like this other card, Sisu Uniting Dragon. I have built a dragon themed amethyst and ruby deck. I know, shocking. I'm playing with ruby cards.
You have to.
I have to. Yeah.
Dragons.
Because all the Sisus count as dragon. Even the little human Supsu is a dragon, which is insane.
She's still.
I think there needs to be a little bit more of the dragons in here because she kind of doesn't go off as much as you would like.
So, you say did someone call for a miracle?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, bring Mushu, please.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
No, excellent point. You can bring up Mushu this time. I won't bring up Goofy Movie. Oops, I did. I did it again. But she's a 3/3 for those of you that don't know. First of all, her art, gorgeous. Sisu's art in almost every card is beautiful.
So good.
She lures for 2. Whenever this character quests, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a dragon character, put it in your hand and repeat this effect. Otherwise, you put it on either the top or bottom of your deck. She is uninkable at 4, but
if that's her ability and you have all dragons,
you have all dragons, it's just like, oh, let me give the whole deck.
Whole deck in my hand. And
I got the whole deck
somebody plays
in my hand.
Somebody plays that card against you. Empty your whole hand.
Oh, I know. Somebody whole new worlds me, and then I'm done. Oh goodness, what'd you guys get?
Well, I got some fun pirates.
Ooh.
I love. I also got the Fallout Boy. I mean, we could be immortals action, which I love the art on that card. It is every time I look at it, I love it more. But for my fun pirate friends, I got the 3-drop steel Bilbo.
Oh, he's a good card.
It's so good. Like questing for 2, being inkable, and being able to explode him and take an item or location with down. Sure, absolutely. And then I got Skull Rock, which characters get +1 attack while there. And if there's a pirate, you also get a lore. And I happen to know some very nice pirate friends from that would love to hang out and smash stuff. And then I got the 4-drop uninkable Kakamora, which after having watched Moana 2, like, I already loved the Kakamora, but all I'm going to say, I don't want to spoil it, I love them more.
Yeah.
That's it. But it has Rush, it's a 5/2, just ready to go punch things. And, I mean, boarding party, it's fantastic. I love it. Kakamora forever.
All right,
Kakamora
so
forever.
leading from your pirates into my pirate, I pulled a Pirate Pete.
Discount Maui.
Pretty much. I mean, he doesn't have Rush, but
Jolly Roger got that.
that is fair. That's fair. So Pete, he's a 3-drop inkable 5/2 who quests for 1, but he's not really there for questing. He's for punching. So that, and then I got the Rescue Ranger submarine. I got a shiny one.
Ooh.
And I like the idea of this card. Like, it's another Sapphire ink thing, but I like the idea of it just because I like when not necessarily a location gives you an effect and a lore, but when it has effect and it's a cheap way to get there, I think that's fun. The 8 health on that is kind of ridiculous,
especially with it being a 2-drop and 1 to move. Like,
no, it's that part is kind of crazy, but that can get you ramp real fast. So, all right. So then the last one, Jafar.
Ooh, the man of the hour.
Jafar, power hungry vizier. So he's a 5-drop uninkable 3/4. He is the one that during your turn, whenever a card is put in your ink wall, you deal 1 damage to chosen character. But my favorite part of this card, well, first of all, he's holding half of the Hexwell crown. So, we have some love for the Hexwell crown in the Muses, just a little bit.
No.
And I just love that he's saying the Broken Crown's power is formidable, but not enough. With both halves of the Hexwell Crown, I could rule all of Lorcana, which is all of the lead to set 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing him on the throne of that spoiler with both halves of the Hexwell.
Yes,
It was like,
absolutely. So, I mean,
so good.
So great. We're so excited.
yes. We hope you have happy holidays.
Yes.
And
We'll see you next week, but also happy holidays because there's holidays happening this week too.
yes.
Remember to follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky and Facebook at the Lorcana Muses and on X/Twitter at the Lorcana Muses Pod and email us at the lorcanamuses@gmail.com. Happy questing!
Happy quest.
Happy questing.